Hi, I'm Laela, and I am a healthy woman inside and out.
My name is Amy Olivero Pertol, and I am a healthy woman inside and out.
I'm Dr. Linda Wilson, and I am a healthy woman inside and out.
Thank you for joining us on the Healthy Woman Inside and Out. This show is for women, about women. I will tell you, it doesn't matter what you're going through. You're going to hear some amazing stories from women who have been through something, but yet they managed to get through it. I know that might be you. You might be going through something or have been through something and you just want to get through it. Well, the Healthy Woman Inside and Out want to help you on that journey. Or you might say, that's me. I've been there. I've experienced that. So I just want to tell you right now, if you're watching this show, you are a healthy woman inside and out. Welcome to the Healthy Woman Inside and Out. I am really excited about our guest today. She is going to be talking about how you have been broken, but yet how to get back up again. And we've all been there. I know I have. I can raise my hand to that to tell you that I've been in those broken places and I somehow thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to make it. Well, today I want to welcome Laela. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Adele.
You said you were going to talk about broken places, and we've all been in those dark places, and we've had our journeys, but then we got it back up again. Can you tell our listening audience what's that like and how they can get back up again?
Sure, I'd love to. First of all, I just wanted to say, I have a mission statement that I wrote for myself like you would for a business. Mm-hmm. My mission statement is to empower those willing to lives of vision, action, and persistence through the never-ending quest for the discovery and application of truth.
Oh, wow.
And to shine my light wherever I am, wherever I go.
And your light certainly does shine.
Thank you so much. But what I want to talk to everyone about today is the fact that, I come from a business background. My family had been in business, so I always wanted to be in business. That's just my predisposed disposition. Mm-hmm. I was very successful and had been in the mortgage company, in the mortgage business, and I had been very successful owning a mortgage company, operating out of 3 states. We had so much success that I never ever dreamed of. Although I found some issues within the partnership that I had with my business partner, and it led to some things where I ended up having to close my mortgage company, after having given my partner, don't ever make this mistake, 50-50 equal partnership. So I didn't have any controlling interest. So the passion that I had, the love and the desire that I had, raising this baby, if you will, and bringing it to the level of success in partnership was something that I realized after being blocked that I had to take down. So that just pierced my heart. I remember calling my father. My family was on the East Coast and just boo-hooing, saying this is what I'm going to have to do. Wow. So after being one to be able to help a lot of people, and I was a source for a lot of people as well as the people that work for me, I had to make a decision that was not something that I really wanted to make, but I had to. And I had to, after being blocked by not having the right ownership percentage to be able to make that deciding decision, I took my company down. And I prayed that I would not have anyone affected by that. And what I found out, when I prayed, that I was affected. And I also prayed that I would maintain who it is that I am. I didn't want to change who I am. I didn't want to become mean. I didn't want to become mean-spirited. I wanted to be faithful to my Creator and making sure that I stayed true. So after doing that, my quest is to continue moving forward. That situation, by the way, with my mortgage company, it caused people around me to really, really, I would say, come back and diminish the fact that I made that decision. They were accustomed to getting some perks as a result of that, and their lifestyle changed as well as mine. And that also included the marriage that I had to my husband. He just couldn't take it. But in the meantime, we patched along the way. We kept moving forward, and I looked for another venture to engage in, and I went into the insurance industry.
Oh, wow.
And had phenomenal success there. I had a nationwide agency. I had over 200 agents. I was with a wonderful group of people who had a bigger vision that I really bought into. And in having that bigger vision, I So great. I relocated to California.
Oh, wow.
And I started to open up a region there and just had everything. I was riding almost high again, not where I was, but I was, riding high again. And they decided that they wanted to form their own business. And they went out to the people that they trusted and decided that, they made me an offer to come forward and join in their IPO organizational aspect because they were going to bring the company public. So I'd never been associated with an IPO offering. If people don't know what that is, that's when a company is planning on going public and you're there at the beginning and what the promise potentially, there's no guarantee, but what the promise could be. So I took the rest of what I had and I put it in there. They say don't put all your eggs in one basket, but I believed in it wholeheartedly and I did so. We operated that business. We were doing really, really great. And then all of a sudden some things started to happen within that business structure. It wasn't my own business, but I was a derivative of that business with my own agency. There ended up being some infighting that ensued, unfortunately. And it caused, we did eventually go public, but it caused the stock prices to go way down.
Wow.
So that was if you want to call it a failure, if you can look at it as a failure. Some people look at it as a failure, but the people around me were saying, oh, that's a failure. That's a failure, and if it's a failure, you're no good. What are you going to be doing? You keep making these wrong choices. So with that negativity surrounding me, it was just more than I could bear. I mean, and feeding into me without having the positive influences into me, it just took me down. It took me down even lower than I ever expected. I never knew that there was a new low until I hit that low.
Oh, wow. It was like your second low, though, right?
Yeah. It was a second low, and then, but just dealing with it from an emotional perspective, then we have the sabotaging thought processes that tell us, okay, well, I'm no good. Okay, why did I do this? Why did I make that decision? Why did I do this? And it's causing a strain on my marital relationship. When we're under a tremendous amount of stress, it affects the other people around us. And when we are not whole ourselves, we sometimes don't know what it is we're doing and how we're affecting the other people around us, which makes the situation worse. So I say, if anyone has a job out there and you're under a lot of stress and duress on your job, and you come home and you bring that home to your family, then it affects them in some way. I ended up binge eating, if you will. Chocoholic. So I started binging on my chocolate. I could eat chocolate. I could eat chocolate and have that as a meal. And then I started to blow up. I started to gain weight. As a result of that, I wasn't feeling well. So in that process, I still decided that I needed to pick myself up. There was one time, I will tell you, that I got so low that I felt like, what? I have an insurance policy. My family might be better off. If I want here and they can claim that insurance. That was a thought that went through my mind. But I'm just too chicken. I couldn't do anything like that. But it did. It really, that I went so low that I thought that might be the easy way.
But that was in your brokenness.
That was in my brokenness, absolutely. Okay. And that's why I wanted to bring that forward, because I don't know who is in the listening audience today that may be going through something that they don't realize what's happening in their world, why it's happening in their world, and they need to hear from somebody that has gone through a similar situation, potentially similar situation, that could potentially help them.
And you kind of felt not like your world was turned upside down at that point?
Yes, I did. I had lost my father, who I was near and dear to. He had passed a couple of years before, and I don't think I really grieved for the loss of my father. And with all of this going on, I just didn't have anyone that I could really feel like I could go to talk to. I thought that my husband and I could go to counseling. He didn't want to go to counseling. So I just felt myself left in the lurch, if you will. And I just decided to turn to the Word. I've always been somewhat spiritual and an upliftment for other people. And I needed to utilize those same tactics on myself.
So you needed it for yourself.
I needed it for myself.
Okay.
And so I do have a ritual that I started several years ago where I'm constantly feeding myself positiveness. I'm constantly feeding myself the Word so that I know that I'm always keeping myself in a positive mental state.
And I know it's not easy. And I know it's not easy. It's easy for us to look at the negativity. It's all around us. But to kind of take that negative and turn it into a positive, it's not always that easy. I mean, it's going to be something that's going to get up under your skin, something that's going to make you upset. So I know you said you turned to the Word. So is there one scripture, I call it my favorite book, from your favorite book that you may utilize, or do you have many that you use?
I don't have any that I can say that are memorized. What I started to do was read from cover to cover. And it didn't matter if I read. My goal is to read one chapter, one section a day.
Okay.
Not necessarily a chapter, one section. If it's 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes. If it's 20 minutes, it's 20 minutes. But I make sure that I read. And one of the other things that I did, because I realized that my health, I started to have a blood pressure issue, which is in my family. And I'm not one to take any medication, but I knew that I needed to. I had been on medication before, and my doctor said, I was doing such a great job. I've been walking and doing so many things. He allowed me to come off of my medication.
Oh, wow.
That's sometime in the past. So here I am now facing this situation again with all of the stressors that I've had in my life. And, with everything was just mounting on me, and I realized that things are just not right in my household. One of the things I just want to just kind of pause for a second through this journey. I think of it as an incredible journey, so I don't want anybody to feel really, really saddened. I mean, it was a sad event while I was going through it. But I would just want everyone to realize that when I was going through that, I just decided that I needed to assess the people that were in my life that were adding value to my life. I knew I was adding value to their life, but if they were not adding value to my life, I needed to assess that. And I decided that I needed to part ways with those types of relationships. So over a period of time, I had started to do that. And that came to a point where I knew that through the journey over the years that I looked up at my husband at the time and said, you know what, I don't see myself with you another 50 years. I just don't, because I think that you should be my confidant, in my corner, and it didn't give me the fulfillment that I felt like I needed.
I know that sometimes when we decide that we're going to go on a new journey, because I've been there, go on a new journey, there are just some people we have to leave behind. It doesn't mean we don't love them. Like my grandmother used to tell me, you got to love them with a long-handled spoon, and you can still be there with them, but love them at a distance.
That's correct. I do. I love everyone, and I have love for him, but I'm not in love with him. That's what I tell him. I said, I have love for him, but I'm not in love with him, and there's a difference.
Okay.
So, I still maintain some sense of contact because I know that he's not well. But in that illness, I felt like if I stayed, I would literally be 6 feet under today. That much I do know, because I just couldn't take it.
So you gave us a few things on how you strengthen yourself. So what keeps you going day in, day out? What keeps you going?
I've always been an optimist, and that's one of the things I think, because I fed myself continually, little by little. I think that because I started to feed myself all of this positiveness, the positiveness overcame the negativity. And once I decided to leave my relationship, Adele, I can tell you, I felt like a big burden was just taken off of me. And I'm not advocating that people do that. They have to assess their own situation and what's going to be right for them. But in that, just be mindful. I know that we're here. We're sent here. We're sent here to have a joyful life. Our life shouldn't be filled with misery. And in that, I've come to realize that we're supposed to be happy and joyful.
Well, let me ask you, Laela, have you found your peace?
I am very peaceful. I am. I will tell you that in my journey, with not only staying positive, I did end up in the hospital it's going to be 2 years ago in October, but it was at a point where the stress, I think, just came together. And I was at a breaking point, and I ended up in the hospital.
Oh, no.
And it was for it was a hypertensive emergency, and they ran every single test that they could possibly run. They found nothing. They called it a hypertensive emergency. They thought I had a stroke. They thought all of these different aspects of what potentially could have been the issue, and they didn't find anything. So felt like I was spared. I really believe that I was spared from that, and it really helped me to say, okay, you know what? You need to get serious about this health situation. So I did. I walk. I found a walking buddy in my area. We walk about 2 to 3 miles a day. And we have, but I'm going to be honest with you, over this last winter, I have not been on track, total track with that, but I embraced yoga. And that has helped me so immensely with the clearing of my mind. That I find to be a very, very wonderful discipline to be able to help us to be able to see what it is we have in store for us, because it keeps our mind clear.
Yes, it does. And clarity is so important.
It's so very important.
And I know when you get to a certain age, I can attest to that, being, over 50. I can attest to sometimes how that clarity just like the brain just seems like it's so clouded, and you're like, okay, what happened to the clarity that I had when I was in my 30s or my 40s? It's just not there. But, there are other reasons for why that clarity may not be there. But you found a way to get your clarity back.
Yes, I did. I surrounded myself. I mean, when I firmly believe when we make a decision, it's just a matter of making a decision. Sometimes we stay stuck because we're not making a decision. We know that we need to do something, but we don't do it. We keep pondering it in our mind, And then we say, oh, well, maybe I should do that, or maybe I shouldn't. But we haven't made a decision. Once we make a decision, I would imagine with you, Adele, too. I mean, when you make a decision, you can do something. It's done.
It's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
So once I made a decision that this is the way it's going to be, then I would say that God bless me. People want to say the universe opened, to conspire to give me exactly what I want. Everything happened the way that I wanted it to happen. People started coming into my life to be able to help me along the pathway that I had set for myself. So one experience led to another. I mean, and that's how we're here today, because we met Robert.
Years ago.
Yes, years ago we met Robert, and it led us together. We just met again after many years, about a month ago, and we're here today. And life is a journey, and we are experiences or a pathway is open as long as we follow the right way. And I asked and I prayed that I just want to listen. I did things my way. and after doing things...
Sometimes that don't work,
yes,
right?
Exactly. So I did things my way and it just didn't work out. And because it didn't work out, you know what? I'm going to lean. I'll lean. I'll just whisper. Tell me what it is you need me to do. And I've been willing to be open, to be an open vessel, to be able to allow that whisper that we all hear. Some of us ignore that whisper, but I have been an open vessel to listen to the whisper to guide me along the way. And I would say that most importantly has been what has helped me the most, because I asked for it and I received it. And when I don't listen, I can tell you some things do happen that I'm like, okay, I promise I'll listen.
So what's next for Laela?
Adele, I can just tell you, since I made this decision, so many wonderful, wonderful things are happening and they're unfolding every single day.
Now, I know you have a radio talk show. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I came to meeting through my struggles financially and my dedication to fix my financial situation. I came across an organization called Thor Ministry. And as a result of me being associated with Thor Ministry, I was asked to co-host that show, and I have been doing so for the last year. And it's called The Debt Show. It's on Blog Talk, the Thor Ministry Radio. So in that experience that I've been, and also I'm gaining knowledge, and we're helping people. We are empowering people to be able to take their debt matters. As I mentioned, I came out of the financial world, and I had my own issues. So I'm empowering other people to be able to take hold of their debt issues, and I'm doing that. So what we have found is that with everything that's happening in the world today, there's a societal situation that's going on, and the family is being pulled apart. I am a product of the family being pulled apart as being a recent divorcee. So in the premise of making sure that we aim to put the family back together, we need to empower the woman. Because a nation, and it doesn't matter what country we're talking about, any nation is known or measured by the status of their woman. Because the woman is the nourisher, is the comforter. They teach, they cook. I mean, they're the scientists in the home, making sure that everything flows in the home. And once and if we look across the spectrum with the media out there, they're putting all this negativity in front of us as well. And so the woman is becoming a little bit more rampant, if you will. She's doing some of the things that the men have been known to do. So it's lowering the value of the woman. So I think that with us addressing some of the issues that the women are facing, and edifying them from a standpoint of where they ought to be, then we are able to help heal the woman, which will heal the man, which will heal the sons and daughters.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I love that. So if anybody wanted to get in contact with Laela, how could they get in contact with you?
They can email me at reelevateme@gmail.com. That's REELEVATEME@gmail.com.
Elevate me.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
So you're helping people get to that next level in their life. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
But so if there was one thing that you could leave without listening audience, what would that be?
That would be, just know that you are a creation of the Most High. You have all the power within you to do whatever it is you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. That's ordained by God. We're the children of God. So if we're the children of God, we have all the power. We need to come to realize that, and we have to exhibit that from the inside so we can express it on the outside.
I love it. I love it. Well, Laela, I want to thank you for being on the Healthy Woman Inside and Out today. I know our listening audience gleaned a lot from what you said. I know I did. So I know they also did as well. And I'm pretty sure they will contact you. And listen, guys, please listen to a radio show. You missed one thing.
What?
Your Wednesday show.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much. The name of the show is The Woman Re-Elevated. Okay, and we air that show on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can call in because we do open the lines for live listeners at 657-383-0332, or you can listen to the show live online or go to the audio archives. And that will be blogtalkradio.com/Thor Ministry Radio.
Oh, this is so awesome. I am so happy that you decided to join us on the show today, Laela.
Thank you so much.
And I wish you much success. Peace and blessings
Peace and blessings to you.
Thank you for joining us today on The Healthy Woman Inside and Out. I'd like to leave you with our book, The Healthy Woman Inside and Out. It is really a great book for any woman, whether you're going through something or not. It is a picker up because we got to learn how to really, really exuberate how we are in the inside so that people see it on the outside. Not only that, I want to share with you our body scrub that is also for the healthy woman. We need to pamper ourselves from time to time. And so the body scrub will allow you to feel good. It comes in many sizes. This is our smallest size, but go to our website, which is www.aquariuscreationpublishing.com. Again, that's www.aquariuscreation, publishing.com. Until next time, I want to say, continue to be a healthy woman inside and out.